Yo, it's Guido coming at you with Tactics Talk. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. We have a Frontline game here. I don't know if you remember, but I talked about it probably last Sunday or something like that, and I said I was going to do this next Frontline episode, the third one. I was going to do it all with tech tree tanks. So you can see that I'm driving the Centurion here. And I am on attack. I come up here, I find the FL-10, put a little shot into him, and we're off to the races. So the first shot of damage, got the private going on, I get hammered, and I'm like, what on earth? And it's AC-48, he's sitting up there, puts two into me. Might even put a third one. No, he missed, hit the rock. And he's nicely up there. I'll put a shot in, but don't get it. And you can see that we're not really pushing very hard here. We've got the AC-48 up on top. Take a shot in there blind. I've already lost a bunch of hit points. So this is a great hold down tank, but unfortunately I've crossed there and taken a nice hit from the AC. So we'll come up here. Not quite enough depression to do what I want to do here. And holy cow, there's a defender, and I put a shot on him. So that's nice. Good penetration on the Centurion. Really good turret. Now, you are going to find on just about any tech tree tank, you will find that there is a premium version or something that does it as good or better. And what you're going to find there is you're going to get extra credits and extra crew experience because you're running a premium tank. And if you drop some reserves, you're going to get a whole bunch more, because Frontline really is about grinding out credits and experience. So if you drop 3 reserves, say you put a crew experience reserve, a credit reserve, and then I die from the AC-48, or actually a Scorpion G shooting me in the back trying to get away. But if you drop a bunch of reserves, you're going to make all kinds of credits. What I have found with only running tech tree tanks is, and we'll just go forward here, only running tech tree tanks is that obviously that's going to suffer. So I'm going to come over here. We're looking for a way to somehow push these guys off. It looks like over on A, they're starting to win, but B, they've really stacked B. You can see how many defenders they have in there, and we don't really have a good push on there. So I'm going to go to the Pershing for this second one. Also a pretty good Frontline tank. Decent turret, maybe not as good as the Centurion, and okay on the gun as well. So we're going to come up here, and we find this dude. We put a shot on him. It gets really interesting here because I'm going to get spotted by the 44 FL. Try to put another shot into him. Try to shoot in there. There we go. So we get the FL, but I get hit by the AC again. Holy cow! What on earth? So he's a bit higher. So we can find the hole. Where did he actually hit me? Well, my zoom isn't working. It's hard to tell where that shell went in, but that surprised me. So I'm thinking, all right, that's fine. I'll just back up. And I get spotted again back here. So that could very well be, in that case, a spotting, whatever it is. what am I trying to say? A reconnaissance airplane. Now what you're going to notice here is that I only have 50 AP rounds. I didn't really set this thing up quite right. AC-48 hits me again, so I'm still spotted by something. And I don't know if there's something maybe to my left, because look at this. If you look at what they've got, there's a bunch of guys kind of hanging out all over the place. And I don't know if there's somebody over here spotting me, maybe behind me, but I haven't seen them, so probably not there. Or it could just be that reconnaissance airplanes have gone by and he timed me moving up and I just didn't wait till I was dark. And I really take a punishing couple hits right there, and I'm down to 510 hit points. So I'm going to go way back, make sure that I am now not spotted, and we'll come back up here and see if we can get some shots on these guys. So not going terribly well. This will end up being a major. So I'll get to major rank, not bad. Good thing about front lines is even if you start off slowly, you can speed up. You just got to get in there and keep firing. But one thing I do need to watch out for, you can notice that I am down to no reloads on tanks or no respawns. Now, I just got one. You can see it's gone ahead and turned white, so that's good. So I'm going to be a little more aggressive now. But I'd really like to have 2 of those in reserve, so if I do need to get aggressive at some point in the game, I can do that without waiting a bunch of time for my tank to come back. So I'm having a hard time getting into this 40T. I'll just take a nice aim. There we go. That'll do her. Nope. Got away. Someone else killed him. And now we're starting to think about, all right, we're pushing them back a little bit, and we need to capture this point. You can see that we've captured A. We have 8 minutes and 30 seconds. You really want to capture pretty much as fast as possible. At least the first couple, just to increase the amount of time that you have. Take a little snap in there. But what you don't want to do is get back there and destroy 3 of their turrets right away. Remember that, because this is more about grinding. You'd like to maximize the amount of time, the amount of shots, and the amount of damage you have, because you really want to get to general. Now, perfect world is you personally get to general very quickly, and then your team wins, and you move on, and you get another game going on, right? So you can get another general. But while that's not really always possible, it'd be nice. It's more about you getting as many shots in and getting yourself to general than it is about winning fast, right? So yeah, getting to general and winning fast is great, but that's kind of hard to do. So especially if you start slowly, and at this point you just want to start working your way up the rankings. So I get to Sergeant. I'm going to look for a track if I can get it. He's shot. I know his reload's long. I'll back up. The WZ's in there. Maybe I'll get some assist damage coming in. Looks like maybe he fixed it or something. So I'll come around here. He's busy. I saw him start to turn to the WZ, and I'll end up with the kill right there. And I'm working with low hit points. What I want to do is work my way into this repair circle, but I didn't want to go around the right side because I'll be exposed. And I see this 252U. I'm just really hoping he's not looking at me. Thank goodness he's looking at the WZ. He takes a hit. But pretty soon he's going to see both myself and the WZ. Let's get some nice juicy targets on so I can get covered up underneath this. Which brings me to, and I'll show you this in a bit, one of the things that is very irritating about Frontline mode. I'm going to go ahead and use the artillery right there on him. I do that, I'll get back to the irritating part. When you use your artillery consumable, try to make sure it's a guy who is pinned down and isn't going to move or isn't about to move. So that guy was really pinned down in there. I knew he wasn't going much of anywhere, so I'll take those shots into him. I get a bounce, and that's a bummer. Bring the front armor to him, such as it is, and he's kind of staring back that way. So I'll go after the turret. Put one in there, 248, not enough to kill him. And we'll just wait one more, zoom in, and take that guy down. But someone else got him. Now we need to think about trying to get on there. So you can see I'm only at the Sergeant. I haven't really got much of anywhere, but we've won A and C, and that means more people will be piling into B to help us go ahead and take this. The irritating part, going back to the repair circles, one of the irritating things, and I wish they would actually remove this from front lines, especially for artillery. If you get hit while you are in the repair circle, then it stops your repair. And they really need to get rid of that. And unfortunately that guy bounces, or I bounce off him. I do get away. There we go. Get some damage on spotting. But it stops your repair or your repair going on, and it resets the repair circle in time. And I really think that needs to go away for artillery. Artillery should not be allowed to sit back that far. I'd like to see it go away for tanks shooting you, but I understand why it's there. Still, for artillery, it has to go. It really does. Okay, so I was mentioning Alpha and Charlie are taken, and what usually happens when Alpha and Charlie are taken is you'll get more of your own team piling in, and you might be able to be a little more aggressive trying to get into the circle. Unfortunately, I get a bounce off the Progetto, that was super annoying, and then he hits me again. I'm like, holy cow, this guy's reloading right and left, which is what a Progetto does. And I get up to Lieutenant. You'll see that I help get a what am I trying to say? I help the team to capture. I know I'll spit it out here in a minute. Capture point B, and that is where you're going to get a lot of your points. So if you are on, unfortunately I missed the artillery. If you are on the attack, one of the best ways to rank up is to help capture the points by sitting back and sniping. Now, if you just plain old do enough damage, you can get there. But if you can do damage and help grab points, you're going to do all kinds of ranking up. So I got the Suma. I should have gone for his turret. I get a bounce. Shooting into that thick upper plate is going to be hard to get through. You notice I'm only carrying 6 APCR. One of the other things I'm doing while playing Tech Tree Tanks is trying to minimize the amount of gold that I spam. Unfortunately, you'll see me play the Tiger 2, and I have it in try-hard mode, which means I'm carrying a whole bunch of APCR. I didn't notice that initially in this game. I have corrected that for future battles. I carry about 6 or 8 just in case I get angry and I really want that penetration to go up. But you can see that these guys are just outside. Remember, when you capture a area that, try to get a shot into this guy's side, but he turns in time, and I get a track. When you capture one of the zones, then the enemy team has a grace period. If they don't get out of the zone, then they get artied really hard. You'll notice that what this team has done is they've pulled right outside of the zone. Look down on the bottom right of the mini-map where the darkened part is. So they've gone across the line, and then they've holed up behind these rocks, and they're trying to hold us right here. So on the one hand, when you win a zone, you really want to push in and start hitting guys. Unfortunately, I won't kill this dude. You want to push in and start hitting them as they run away, but if you're a little bit uncareful, then they will be all over you. Put a shot into the EBR. Now I'm a bit bumming because I got guys in every direction. This dude's making a runner. Try to... There we... Oh, nope. So it's a defender, and I've also got a tank on my left. And actually, we've got a tank behind us. So that's something you're going to start seeing quite a bit more of. People are sneaking around behind. They get in behind and start shooting, especially with the wheeled tanks and faster light tanks, and even some of the faster mediums. You see that 44-100 is trolling around behind there. And then here comes an LT-432. I really don't have the hit points to mess around with him and this silly sneak one in on the WZ before he gets in front of me. Pushing into the defender up there and then getting shot in the side by the WZ would make me not last very long. I'd really love to get to a repair spot, but there aren't any nearby. Let's talk about repair spots a little bit more. I think you'll actually see this later at the end of this, and we'll talk about it when we get there. But one of the things about managing your respawns and maximizing the ranking up that you do is being careful about not worrying too much about dying in certain spots. Meaning that if you're low hit points and have few opportunities to get more damage, maybe time is of the essence, you probably don't want to drive to the repair spot just to keep that tank around. You may really want to, at that point, YOLO in, get dead, get a new tank, and move on. Because there are points and places in the maps where you will have to take a really long drive to get to your repair spot. And it would be better just to get blowed up, get a new tank, and get back into the fight. Now there will be a cost to that because you will have to travel back to the fight, so there is a bit of a cost in something like that. And I'll show you an example of when I probably should have just blown up here coming up. Well, we've got up to Lieutenant. We've got 3 of the zones. We need to capture these other 3 and add time so that everybody can rank up and get more damage. But right now we got a pretty good force pushing into E. D is really just a bit of a feint, and E, or F, sorry, is just about to be captured, which is fine. They're doing well over there. It looks like we got a good majority of their tanks over here in D and E. They're pretty lightly defended on F, so we'll see if they get it. Now here's an example of this 44-100 who's been trolling around behind us. He comes in behind us, now we got big trouble. We got guys in front of us and behind us. We're about to lose, looks like anyway, we're about to lose this whole push as we're getting enveloped. We're going to need to respawn some more guys back behind there. Somebody come around here. I'm just going to say, all right, you know, I got low hit points. I got no prospects, and that was a bummer. Really would have liked to got a shot in there. See the GW Tiger P hits me. I don't know how many times I've been hit by Artie a couple times. I get one shot on him and probably get thumped. And I'll get one more in there. There we go. He gets hit. Not enough to die. That's unfortunate. And down I go. So we got to get another tank. So we'll just pop forward here. We're waiting, and off we go. So this time I do take the Tiger 2. We're up to Lieutenant. Still trying to push into this. I select the same zone. That's something you're going to need to think about. Whenever you die, which zone do I want to go to? And what tank am I going to play? Do I want to get a heavy tank and try to capture a point? That's what I've decided to do here. Try to get points from capture. Do I want to take a light tank, maybe try to sneak around them or skirmish or cause them problems? Maybe I need a light tank to spot because they're really holed up around the cap and none of our guys can find it. All those things come into play. I choose a heavy tank. Now I just want to push right here onto cap. I notice that we've got a whole bunch of guys. So to some extent, it is security in numbers. We got that guy droning across there. Got the Progetto out over there. Wait for him to cross in the open. Take a shot. There we go. And we will get up against this building. On most of the caps, there is a decent place to hide. However, it is also a known spot. And you'll notice I just took a bunch of hits. And here it comes. So by the time you get to D, E, and F, there's going to be quite a few enemy guys that have got their artillery and their spotting and their airstrikes ready to go. And a lot of times you can jump on these spots and just really get hammered. So that's just something to be aware of. And if you're holding up in the spot that you know is the protected spot, that's where they're going to put all of their artillery strikes and their airstrikes and whatnot. You'll notice the Progetto over my left. I haven't killed him. Now I'm getting hammered by the artillery. Look at that, just coming in. Holy cow. 500 damage. We're up to captain. Shot. Oh, look out, ISU. That guy's actually behind a rock. That's just low SA on my part. Progetto's looking over at me. A shot onto him. Come back in here. And I go, holy cow, how on earth is the Progetto over there still alive? That'll kill him. Oh, I missed him. That's a bummer. 2 hit point Progetto, and that guy makes a runner. Don't know why I didn't shoot. I think we're a little bit bugged here. My reload is showing reloaded a little bit early. I've noticed that a couple times now. Now the Type 59's did a nice job of hold down. He doesn't have a lot of pressure, so if I actually move up against him, he's going to have a harder and harder time shooting me because his look down is so bad. And now he's just getting pressed, so he figures he's got to go. Notice that we've captured that spot, and there's a number of them that are still inside our zone, and they've got to get out. They only have so much time. So a lot of times you'll see them defend it for a little bit, and then once they start running, you know the timer's getting down, and that's when you can really press them because you're going to get free shots on them like this right here. Oh, armor not penetrated, so not that free, was it? See how I'm always looking reloaded, so it looks like the reload thing on the replay is a little bit bugged. So here's another example, and I talked about this earlier about where you maybe just wanted to die. I'm coming in here. They're all kind of staring at the reload point. They know if they hit us while we're on it that we will not be able to reload, and oftentimes their artillery will sit there and save their reload so that they can get shots on us. You notice I come in here. I actually stopped short. I put one on him. I'm not on the spot. I know that because I know he's just trying to ruin my reload, and we're able to push him off. So now I'm getting reloaded. That's a good thing. He's getting pressed. We'll kill him. And there it is. The GW Tiger P hits me. It stops my resupply, and I have 5 minutes. That's just a terrible game mechanic. It really is. Even notwithstanding the ridiculousness of Artie, that part of it is just crazy. That misses. Those fast tanks are hard to hit. Now we've got the Type 59. I'm up to Major, and I'm thinking, all right, this is great. I should be able to pretty easily get up to General, but I have a hard time right from this point onward getting any kind of damage. And this guy's just dueling. I'm figuring someone will go around and push him. Surely he's going to get pushed out, and I'll get the kill. The Pantera goes in. I really don't know what he's doing. And boom, I get hit by the bloody GW Tiger P again. There's a Progetto up behind me. I'm hoping he's not looking at me. I'm just going to come around here and see if I can get some damage. Unfortunately, I am stunned, so it takes a long time to zoom in, and right over top. And that silly 59 is still alive. So there's a whole sequence. It takes a long time to do anything here, and I get nothing out of it. See that guy cruising wrong. I'm just going to take a shot as I go. Doesn't hit him. And really, what I should have done is just push into town and get a new tank, because I still have 3 minutes or so behind me. Otherwise, I've got to drive to one of the repair spots, and the closest one is way over on the right. And that's eventually what I do, because now I'm dueling with the ISU. And what's in my mind is, oh, don't let the ISU kill you. That's kind of just the old school pub match mentality right there. But we're talking about a respawn. I get hit by the EBR on the side twice. Holy cow. Just shooting his direction. I don't know where he is because I can't see him. And I'm driving into town, and then I make this decision to cross the bridge, and now I'm thinking, all right, no problem, I'll go resupply. So I'm just going to speed this up, because watch how long this takes. 211, 208, 207. There's only 2 minutes left. Really, my best bet was to push in and look for damage. I missed that one. Just push in and look for damage, and if I died, no problem, respawn, because I've got 2 tanks ready. I get a little bit more damage right there. Down he goes, and we'll speed it up again. I get hit again by the M4043, if you can believe it. Artillery following me across the map as usual. Coming over this way, 1 minute, and then we lose. I'm sorry, we win. As a matter of fact, we didn't get down to the 0, did we? Because we ended up winning at that point. But Major, just over Major, not really too close to General. I just wanted to discuss that a little bit. Timing your respawns, deciding how you want to manage it. You'll notice I've also got an artillery strike I didn't use. I don't know how long that's been sitting there. So you've got to manage all that stuff if you want to get up to General. You've got to really play all that stuff right most of the time if you want to get to General. All right, so I just want to throw all those out there, man. Quite a long video, but just another refresher on Frontline, show you some of the things you can do with the Tech Tree tanks, right? Okay, noted you can probably pick a better premium. For every Tech Tree, you might go, this is a good tank for Frontline. You can probably pick a better premium where you're going to make more money, more credits, more experience. But it can be done with the Tech Tree tanks, no problem. Right now I'm at 2 majors and a captain. I've only played 3 games. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the time. But hey, thanks for tuning in. Hope this helped you guys, and we will see you.